Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Ant-Man channel on this Friday. That happens to be one of the biggest news days for me, at least. The 30th of May, 2014. Uh, Whoa, I really can't even believe what I'm looking at, but I'll just go ahead and read it. It's from ClashDaily.com if you want to come check it out. It's probably a front page article. You just go to ClashDaily.com and probably you'll see it on the front page. The Tolerant left threatens Joe the Plumber. Will kill you and rape your daughter. It says reader warning. Um, Stephen, I don't know who Stephen Weeks is, but if you don't know who Joe the Plumber is, he's the guy that came out and he was like talking to. I just posted this the other day. He was talking about the whole issue with gun control, and he came out after the parent of Mr. Martinez was devastated. I mean, who isn't devastated by what that guy is going through right now? Who could imagine their son being murdered by some guy? Some guy who is a narcissist and a just totally that's the entitlement culture of death that we see. Oh, no one's having sex with me. I'm gonna kill all of you. Oh, life is unfair. That's that kind of person, and his son was a victim to one of those people, and I could sympathize for that. But when you start blaming guns for your child's death, it gets a little weird for me, because there's something that comes along with you could say like there's somebody that would say like I don't use social media because people use it to hide behind this and that, and they'll demonize it. But no, it's a tool. Any tool can be used for either good or evil. It depends on the person who wields it. Like, you know what I mean? All I have to say is really, like, if you go back in history, go back to 1776, you see that we have our freedom because people fought for it. Something that I usually say all the time is freedom isn't free. You have to, unfortunately, the human condition isn't as easy as pie. We have to, as long as we are flawed, there will be war. As long as there is people who have gigantic corporations and special interest groups, there will be division, there will be manipulation, there will be lies around you. But I don't know, man. If you want to live in a fantasy world, go watch MTV or something. I don't know. Go watch TMZ. I don't know what you want to do, but don't pretend like you care about this stuff if you're not engaged in it, because it's self-refuting. It doesn't it doesn't fix the problem at all. So get involved. I mean, Joe the Plumber is a bold dude. He's named Joe the Plumber because he's just an average Joe dude. Like, really, his name is such a like it's such a moniker, an appropriate moniker for a person like him. He's just a average guy with an opinion. Now let's go ahead and get into this article here. Joe the Plumber, regardless of what you may think, I care about the victims and their families. That is why I fight for the Second Amendment. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Such was this case with Elliot Rodger. For you on the left, your tolerance is overwhelming. What follows are just a very tiny portion of comments at my website, tweets directed at my account, received emails, and entries posted on my Facebook page. Although these are not safe for work, I cannot print half of the ones I received due to their extreme nature in sexual content, profanity, and outright violence. I'm used to revulsion and racist, vile, almost inhuman hatred, which liberals spew forth on a daily basis. But I thought you might be interested in just a taste of what we're really dealing with here. People who stand up in public and say conservatives are bad people, I'd like you to know they are not dealing straight with you ever. Those sensitive to graphic, okay, if you're sensitive to graphic, profane, sexual, or violent speech, do not continue to read this, is what this says. I'm going to read it, but I want you guys to imagine that, I'm not going to go ahead and read these things, but oh man, I gotta read it for a certain reason, and the reason is that you gotta see the mindset of these liberal people that are they're progressives who call themselves liberals. But in reality, Thomas Jefferson was a real liberal. People who call themselves liberals today are Marxists. They're communists. They're people who want to bully you around with majority tyranny and tell you don't have an individuality to have the kind of rights that are imprinted in the Constitution that you're allowed to live out. These people are mind control people. These people want you to be slaves and not look at yourself like you're a human being and that you're made in the image of God. They want you to think of yourself as an animal. They want to degrade your humanity. They want you to think of yourself as lower than trash. The ooze that gathers itself at the bottom of the trash can is what they want you to feel like all the days of your life. So here we go. Stephen Weeks, May 27th, 5:01 p.m. F you, a-hole. I hope your daughter gets raped by a D. So big it splits her in two the shot. As for your boy, kill him slowly, one shot at a time, limb by limb. F you and your chicken A writes, only peas need guns, so that means you are a pea. In fact, I'll pay to fly you to California so I can F you up. I bet you won't even answer this. If you do, you will hide behind your guns. You see, A, I'm no P. I don't need a gun to F you up. Got it? Again, I can only hope that one day I read about your kids being effed up and beg to die, but only slowly. Oh, by the way, MF, I am a plumber too. You don't know how to use a set of irons. I would enjoy destroying your credibility concerning the plumbing trade. What's a figure F fitting? What's a Durham system? Probably have to look it up so you do look as stupid as you really are. Go F yourself and F your family. If your mom is still alive, maybe she will get shot. Dad, grandparents, sisters, brothers, anyone who your low-life family. Hey, there are your rights. You're MF, you piece of S. In retrospect, you may be a plumber because you are a piece of S. And I am also a vet. What about you? Do you have your DD-214? I sure do want to see it. Whoa! Whoa! I regret reading that now. I think I'm going to have to tweet this guy, and I'm going to have to take him up on his challenge because I'm a Second Amendment guy, and I'm going to say, dude, I live in California. Where do you want to meet up? I'll beat the dog S out of you. I will beat 7 shades of out of you. I am not a guy who hides behind a keyboard and talks all of this good. Believe me, I'm on the side of peace, but when I speak, they are for war. That is what, Ecclesiastes 9:11 or something like that? It's true, though, because I know I'm a human being, I'm flawed, and that if you're going to confront me, I'm not going to let you put me in chains and drag me off to some cave where you can bully me. That is disgusting that a human being would talk like that over a person's opinion, over what he believes is. Where is the property rights anymore? Isn't your opinion and what you believe in your property? Isn't that something that you should be absolutely protecting? Because in Nazi Germany, they dumbed down and pretty much brainwashed an entire generation so that they could go and just kind of conform to going ahead and almost wiping out the entire Jewish race. So here we go. I'm going to read Susan's comment. There is no more fascist, satanic group than the hardcore leftists, progressives, Marxists, homo mafia, occultists, Luciferians, and Islamists. The above hate the true God and have no morality whatsoever. It is truly a hatred of man because man is made in the image of God. They have to defile man and mock that relationship to God and reduce man and his created force to excrement. Sodomy is always their right of worship of Baal and devil. It is why homosexual porn is always so dehumanizing and vile and reduces man to dog, just godless animal Marxism. I wouldn't know because I don't watch that stuff. But according to this guy, that's what they do, I guess. Or Susan. It is why the Satanists are trying to normalize homosexuality in children with Pride Days. They need the religion of Satan to be the worldview of our children for such a vile, evil world they envision of total slavery to the flesh, materialism. Christian ethics need to be erased in the minds of children, and good and evil need to be flipped. So yeah, these people at the very core of their being are evil. But then again, in the Bible, it says that we are darkness. Your worst enemy is yourself. If you do not know how to be in control, if you don't know how to inform your mind and your conscience to have control over your dark heart, then you are subject to the devil, and he will have you by the balls. Excuse my language, but he will have you by the balls, and he'll have you attacking your own family through politics, through religion, through all these things. That is what the devil uses to get you to have these wars with your own family, you guys. It's almost hard for me to say this, but I was not brought up Christian. Everyone that's in my family does not like me because of my Christian principles, the principles that I value in Christianity, and I hold true to them. Because a lot of people are so disengaged and indoctrinated through this television set that we have, that everybody, they're so misinformed and so ignorant that they think that people who get up and say something are the ones that are I'm so like hyped up right now because I can't believe what I just wrote. I mean what I just read, excuse me, but because I've never, I mean, come on, that's just disgusting, man. How do you call yourself a decent human being and write stuff like that? But that, people are so ignorant today that when you get up and you fight against evil, they think you're evil because you're not being nice. I don't have any room to be nice to people that are going around threatening people and saying that I hope your children get raped. Holy moly! Hey, this is by Chuckles. Hey, I've gotten worse than that just quoting a Bible verse. The left is modern day fascism. It's the left that wants to force you to do what they require and they will kill you to get it done. There was no difference in Hitler and his goons. Stalin and his goons are today's Occupy movement. It's true. I remember when Obama was running the story about the weathermen and then FBI informant giving his testimony about dividing America up 4 ways between China, Vietnam, Cuba, and the USSR. And anyone that refused to conform would be executed. When asked, he said they were willing to kill 25 million Americans to get conformity. How is a 60s hippie any different than Stalin? If that's the case, don't give me the peace and love crap along with tolerance bilge. And then Grizzman says, Democrat, the religion of peace and tolerance. Allahu Akbar. Whoops, that was Islam. Same. It's funny because I get bashed for saying stuff about Islam, and I don't care. Islam's a disease. There's people that actually have the audacity to say, "Who are you? Oh, that's intolerant." Hey, these people do not share the same sentiments as you. These people believe that if you do not believe in their religion and their God, that they should kill you. How are you going to be tolerant of that? Don't you care about your family, about your community, about yourself, to inform everybody around you that these people will pour battery acid on you if you're a Christian? They will murder you. They will burn your church down to the ground. They will stone you to death in public. These people are living by Old Testament, dead, religious traditions. And the atheists all believe that that's what Christians are. That we're all stoning, we burn offerings still and all this. It's just the stupidity of today, man. It's just ridiculous. Unbelievable, man. I say we should all, metaphorically, stone this guy. We should stone this guy, Stephen Weeks, man. This guy has some nerve, man, to say the things that he has said. Oh. Woo! I don't know about you, but stuff like that really gets me. You're going to talk a lot of good like that. I'm not a talker. I'm a man of action. I don't want to talk. Let's just go. You know what I mean? But these aren't how the left work. They're a bunch of cowards, and they only try to get by intimidation, manipulation, and domination, which are all the 3 branches of corruption. So don't lay down to these cowards, you guys. They're all bark and no bite. You guys are strong. You're made to be powerful, intelligent, creative, and loving human beings in the image of God. God bless you.